Grenadiers, but looks like one rifleman went down. Kettenkrad caught off guard by engineers trying to burn it away with flamethrowers purified with fire. Riflemen slowly losing though this position and forced to get out of the administrative building. Rangers with SMGs spray and pray the SMG way. Will be able to really do a nasty number on those Panzer Grenadiers if they can get close. And currently the Panzer Grenadiers are very busy repairing this half-track. And something is perhaps not going up. No, I thought there were. And not much luck for Mr. Audemed. Panzer team being sent out onto the field. Massmillano's 2nd Armored Division infantry mechanized with a lot of Ranger support is currently dominating the field quite brutally. And so far Audemed hasn't really been able to leverage all of his firepower in a way that can really devastate the American forces. A bit unfortunate, I might say. And now we do have a building going up, a tank depot. So Massmillano enjoying the benefit he has really here and pushing it towards a strong advantage. Is going for the tank depot, so we might see a Sherman or a M10. There we go, slowing down these Rangers, really gunning them down on the retreat. Some might consider this a cheap trick, but certainly things are desperate from Audemed, so he probably does not care. Kettenkrad being hunted down, and looks like we might lose another. Yes, crashing right into the tree. And the crew member being found right there. Tragic. And Kampfgruppe Audemed is forced to quickly counter-attack to protect the only victory point they have or had, as it is currently now not in the hands of anyone really. Panzer Grenadiers blasting away with the Gewehr 43s. Veterancy 1 finally going up for some of the troops, increasing the accuracy and rate of fire, and now forcing back some of the riflemen. Finally a small victory, but not really any convincing high casualties though. Not good. And what is this? We see a Panzer Support Command going up, and the upgrade as well. So we'll probably be seeing him going straight for Panzer IV, which is certainly a good choice considering all of these riflemen and engineers. Rangers. And let's have a look at Mr. Massmillano. Further Rangers with SMGs really pushing it there as well. And soon enough resources to go for the Sherman tank, if that is what he's going for, of course. Looks like the Rangers are preparing for an assault. Rangers being a heavy assault infantry, this is of course really where they shine, in particular once they are equipped with submachine guns and equipped with pineapple grenades. And we have a large, vast American assault force moving in. Rangers at the front leading the way, the forlorn hope of this, although not much forlorn about this considering there's not much fire able to be offered by the Panzer Grenadiers. And we see a full rout by Kampfgruppe Audemed, and only the half-track remains, firing away with its light machine gun, but not really able to do much with it. Rangers firing up, perhaps trying to hunt it down, but not succeeding. And what is Audemed doing? Moving in his half-track without support, a bazooka shot right to the front. The half-track manages, but really taking a lot of damage, suppressing these riflemen and getting out of there before all is lost. Panzer Grenadiers reinforcing, half-track taking another bazooka shot right to the front. Very little left, might certainly be lost soon. Panzer Grenadiers moving in through this ruined building, what it might have been once, I can't say. American forces slightly forced back as these riflemen continue to be suppressed, and now Panzer Grenadiers moving in for a decisive counter-attack. Might be a good chance for Audemed to really turn the tide if he can really manage some heavy casualties. And oh dear, the infantry half-track is blown apart. A wreck on the road. Now the Panzer Grenadiers are left on their own, and we see an artillery attack going in. Howitzer blast. Huge plumes of smoke as the 105mm howitzer shells impact with the ground, creating geysers of dirt. Very nice work from Relic, of course, making all of this. And we see something coming out from this Panzer Support Command, most likely the Panzer IV. Panzer Grenadiers preparing, and now the Panzer IV has hit the field. Panzer IV F1 ready to take the fight to the Americans. And just as that hit the field, we have a Sherman as well, so that will certainly be able to really contest the armor situation as well. And sadly, Mr. Audemed has absolutely no Panzer shreds as well. And we see armored skirts going up for the Panzer IV, increasing protection against sticky bombs and bazookas. And we have another mine going down, and the Sherman firing away at the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV with its low velocity gun not really able to penetrate the frontal armor, or at least not well. And now forced to pull back in the face of the Sherman. And a shot taking out of Panzer Grenadiers, and oh dear, looks like if they're trying to counterattack they might run straight into this mine. Another Panzer Grenadier going down in a plume of dirt. 2 kills so far for the Sherman, and now taking up the fight here, forcing back the Panzer IV. Audemed has absolutely nothing to hold this back with. Another shot going off. Both shots bounce though. Mostly though to the benefit of Audemed. Rather than having been equipped with BARs now as well, and a lot of bazookas going off. None of them actually penetrating or bouncing off the armored skirt, which is certainly how it was supposed to work. Basically detonating the charge before it actually hit the main armor, rendering useless. And we see the Hetzer moving in, opening fire with its anti-tank gun, but not really penetrating either. The Sherman really being in quite a lot of luck. The Hetzer with its remote controlled machine gun on the roof, although not built fit, and the crew member, once it was fired out, actually had to get up and reload it, so and was exposed to fire. A bit unfortunate. The only other armored vehicle in the Wehrmacht to be equipped like this was the Stug G. Hetzer moving forward, sticking close to the Panzer IV. Might of course provide some protection, although the MG on the top isn't really much useful. Panzer Grenadiers seeking cover behind some of all this timber. Panzer IV moving in, heavily damaged, forcing back Massmillano's riflemen and rangers. Hetzer managing a shot, and we have a howitzer barrage going right in. Panzer IV getting out of there, but taking a howitzer shot. And we see the gun being destroyed as well. Lots of damage to those armored skirts, not much left. And Massmillano commenting on that it was actually close. Not really looking good for Audemed though. Not good at all, and Massmillano certainly really been able to establish dominance. So there you go. Now we have the Sherman moving in, and we have another Sherman on the field. Quite impressive. And we have more mines going down. Good, good. And we have the Hetzer moving in, perhaps spotting it, I'm not sure, but firing away. Both shots penetrating on either side. And Sherman missing, and the Hetzer not penetrating. Panzer Grenadiers going straight for this victory point, but are driven off by the Sherman. And another shot penetrating the rear of the Sherman by this Hetzer, but overall not a good situation for Mr. Audemed. Perhaps not really been his best game, I might add. Although then again, I'd certainly not have gone for the same tactics and strategies he employed. Sherman locking down, really taking a lot of shot right through the front. Bazookas penetrating, Panzer IV penetrating. Not good at all. Rangers going down in greater numbers. Finally, really managing some sort of decent fight. And further Rangers going down. Now we see the M10 moving in as well, but only the Hetzer is really able to do anything. Panzer IV not even managing to penetrate the frontal armor of the M10. Really tragic. And Hetzer still continuing to fire away at the Sherman, having a bit of trouble with that. Panzer is continuing to repair the Panzer IV as parts of the armored skirts are blown off and then put on again. And now we see the howitzer barrage going in. Main gun destroyed. And only the Hetzer really there to hold the line. And the Panzer IV has been rendered a wreck. Perhaps the Sherman might be knocked out by the Hetzer, I'm not sure. No. No such luck now, taking on the M10. And looks like Mr. Audemed will run out of points. The Hetzer did manage to knock out the Sherman. A smoldering wreck, and the hunt continues for the M10 as the Hetzer moves in, and we hear GG. So, what can we learn from this? Well, there are a few things. I mean, really relying heavily on panzer grenades against the American can really sometimes work, but at the same time it can backfire, in particular if he manages to catch you out in the open, as Massmillano really was able to, for example here and up here. It really cost Audemed a lot, as panzer grenades are heavy to very costly to expend, reinforce. Not entirely sure why I say expend, but there you go. Sometimes these happen while you are casting. Of course, I don't really feel that setting up a forward post this close to the front line either was perhaps the best idea. I really think that getting perhaps an infantry half-track or mortar half-track might have been a greater use, in particular since Mr. Massmillano was really heavily blopping. I mean, a few mortar rounds of the right kind in the midst of it could really have damaged his forces and really set him back manpower-wise. And of course, equipping all of his panzer grenades with the Gewehr 43 perhaps wasn't the strongest choice either, I feel, but again, I'm not entirely sure what strategy he had going, and of course he might have been used to playing from the beta, so again, I'm not really going to cast that much judgment, but certainly trying to blob up against the Americans, really just throw panzer grenades again. I mean, a head-on fight is not really what I would describe as the best method of fighting the Americans, and certainly the Panzer Elite can have a lot of trouble against this, and I certainly myself have lost to this sort of thing, so I certainly know how it feels. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not subscribe or tell your friends? And of course, you're always welcome to send in your own replays. This is Imperial Dane saying, don't just throw panzer grenades at the enemy. Cheers.